Alrighty guys, we are on to the last bow upgrade in Der Eisendrache. We are working on the fire bow this episode. First thing you want to do is go up to the top of the clock tower and just shoot a regular arrow at this symbol. It'll drop a red item, pick it up, and that's all you have to do to start the quest for the fire upgrade. Alright guys, so the next part of the Easter egg can be pretty time consuming if you don't get lucky, but what you want to go do is when the rocket launches and it does the whole test sequence thing, you want to be in this little blast area, safe from the fire. And once the blast is over, you want to sprint out of the doors as quickly as you can. A flag that is up and to the right, or not a flag, I'm sorry, a rock that is on kind of a ceiling up and to the right. This took me a lot of time to do. It's really, I thought it was finicky, but really what you need to do is just do it super quick. So be right against the doors and sprint out as soon as you can and look to your right, and up on top of this little ledge, there's a rock. Charge your arrow, shoot it right in the middle of the big glow circle, and it will destroy the rock. After you've done that, you are ready to move on to the next step. Again, I had a lot of trouble with this, so just make sure that you destroy that rock as quickly as possible. Okay, so the next part of the Easter egg is probably the most difficult. What you have to do is go to each of the launchers, the Wunder, whatever they are, and you're going to see that glowing red circle. So you saw it just there. What you have to do is shoot an arrow into that circle while you're in the air being launched from the launcher. And once you do that, it will permanently glow red. This is the easiest one to do when you jump from over here by the gatehouse, and you're going to jump over to the watchtower, or to the clock tower. All you have to do is shoot that circle while you're in the air. Okay, so you can see that I did it. It's going to glow permanently red now. So the next circle that I did was when I launched from the courtyard over to around where Double Tap is. And this one is pretty difficult. So what I did was, it's really trial and error. I would walk into this jumper and I would look down and try and look at the same spot to where I could get to where my arrow was really close to the circle. And I would just keep adjusting until it was pretty easy to hit. Now, again, it's very difficult. It's going to take a lot of trial and error, but launch yourself and try and hit the arrow onto that circle. Once it permanently glows red, you're on to the very last one. Alright guys, so the last one is by far the hardest to do. Again, I tried to walk into this jumper and look at like similar spots on the ground and try and match it to where when I would launch over the red circle, all I would have to do is release the arrow at the right time. So it was a lot of trial and error, but as you can see this time, I'm able to pull it off. I do have to adjust in mid-air, but I shoot, and I'm not sure really if I hit it, but all you have to do is travel around this corner and look at the area, and it sure enough is glowing red. So I hit it, and we are ready to move on to the next step. Alright, so after all of the circles are permanently glowing red because you were able to shoot them with an arrow after jumping using one of the jumpers, what you need to do is get kills within the boundaries of the circle. So stand in the circle and kill zombies. Once you do enough of these, there will be a really obvious like red twisting spire come out of the circle, and that will indicate that you have completed that one. Now, what's interesting is you don't actually have to get all three permanently on fire or glowing red in order to get the spire to come out. So as soon as you hit one from the teleporter and make it permanently glow red, you can go ahead and get kills while standing within that circle and make that spire come out.
What is next? Save me the bullets.
So now we're over here at the bottom of the clock tower, and you're going to see me working on this one.
Even think about
you will notice that I actually don't have the third one permanently glowing red. Like I mentioned just now, you don't have to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do these two while I've got a round going, and you'll be able to see that when I get enough kills in it, the spire comes right out of it, and I've got 2 of the 3 done. So all I have to do now is shoot an arrow in the red circle that goes from the rocket launch station up to like that driveway that happens right outside of the spawn.
That was more than an injection.
Okay, so you can see that we are here on the last circle. I'm just charging it up by getting kills on zombies while standing in the circle, and I will get the spiral to come out, and that means we have finished with all 3 of those circles. There you have it, and we can move on to the next part of the Easter egg. So now that we have completed all 3 of the circles on the ground, what we need to do is go back to the top of this clock tower and we're just going to interact with the clock, and it'll spin, and it will reveal a symbol at the very top for us. So we've got that arrow followed by the stick with 2 arrows on it. Now what we need to do is find a fireplace on the map that has that same exact symbol on it, and there are 3 fireplaces around the map. So here is the first possible spawn for a fireplace. This is near the dragon head that you have to fill by double tap. So kind of in this lower courtyard area, if you just go into this corner room that gets you from the top catwalk downstairs, there's a fireplace right there. So check in there to see if the symbol matches. If it doesn't, move on to another one. Another fireplace you can find is in the armory. This is Edward's room, and you can see that there's a fireplace. It is across the hall from Samantha's room and kind of around the corner from where Maxis's is. But if you look in this fireplace, you will see a symbol, and if it matches, great. If it doesn't, move on to the next one. The final fireplace is in the control room, right under the dragon head, actually, that you had to fill earlier. And so you're going to go ahead and check inside that one, and that happened to be the one that matched the symbol that I had. So this is the fireplace that I need to go to do the next step. So you will notice that this ring here has symbols in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go stand on it until I get this glowing red mask on my screen, and I'm going to shoot an arrow. Now when I shoot the arrow, wherever it lands, there's going to spawn a little volcano. You can see it there by the door to the control room. So you need to go to that volcano, and you need to stand on it until you get the filter again, and then you're going to fire again. And that's going to create another volcano wherever that arrow lands. Now, you have to get your arrow to the fireplace that matches your symbol. I did it in 4 shots. I don't know if you get unlimited shots. I don't know if you need to do it in 4 or less, but that's how you do it. Just fire an arrow to wherever it lands will be a volcano. Make sure it's on the ground, stand in that volcano, and fire again until you can shoot your arrow into the fireplace that matches your symbol. Once you do that, you'll be able to go into the fireplace, interact with it, and you will pick up the next part. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a zombie and we're going to kill it under this sun that has appeared above this death ray thing. So just wait till the zombie gets pretty much right under it and kill him.
My arrows.
And then hold X or square to interact with that sun, and it will float up into the air. If you've done this all correctly, an arrow will come out of that sun and float back down to you, and you can pick it up to take downstairs. So we have the arrow and we are down by the pyramid. All we have to do is place it into its holder, and then we're going to go ahead and charge it, and that should give us the upgraded fire bow. So now I'm going to try and charge the arrow. After it's placed in the placeholder, all you have to do is get kills near it, and zombie souls will suck into it just like the rest of the bows. Once it's complete, it will stop taking zombie souls, and the upgraded bow will rise up, and you are able to take it. As you can see, we have got all 4 bows upgraded. They are in their placeholders, and we are ready to move on with the Easter egg. I'm going to be uploading tutorials on how to do the steps of the Easter egg as they are discovered and as I am able to record them. But for now, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see those videos on how to do the next step.